beautiful. I wanted to tell you a little bit about our project. We have a project that's just recently started up in Yarrabah. It's called the Yarrabah Garden Centre Project. It came about after a visit down in Yarrabah in 2014, where we went down and had an elder called Paul Neal. He took us around Yarrabah and told us about the history of Yarrabah. And to say thank you, what we did was I asked if I could possibly cook something. Being South American, that's what we do. So we went down to the store, and what we became aware that the food there, the fresh food, is not very fresh. It's kind of like leftover stuff. It's shrink wrapped in plastic. And it's extremely expensive. So the community don't have access to fresh produce. They have a sugar epidemic happening at the moment, and obviously a lot of health issues have come from that. So myself, Paul, and then we introduced Jai and Amy here, and we started talking about what we can do to actually change the way that things are going down in Yarrabah. And we decided to start up a project where we're going to train 12 Indigenous people how to start up a nursery from scratch. Well, there's previous infrastructure there, but how to start up a nursery with money and without money. And they're going to be running that nursery. Eventually it'll turn into a co-op, so they'll be part owners of that. There's a constitution that we're putting in there as well. And that food will be locally grown by Indigenous people for Indigenous people. And any of the surplus will actually come out into the cairns community and sold at Rusty's Market.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, and we're not interested in selling the produce at exuberant prices, because we believe that everyone should have access to fresh organic produce.
So would you say this is a little bit like a community garden?
It is a little bit of, it is kind of like a community garden, except for it will turn into a co-op, and these people that will be training will be part owners. But it also opens up the actual nursery. It also opens up other employment opportunities. So, for example, we're going to be incorporating other programs like the women's shelter, like the men's shed. The women's shelter, we've got Ochre restaurant up here that they said that they're happy in the future to purchase our organic produce. Plus, we're also growing bush food. So they said that their cook is happy to come down, and we're combining that with the school. And so the women from the women's shelter will come into the school. It's a licensed kitchen, learn how to cook for the children,
Wow.
and then at the same time they're in a licensed kitchen, so be able to use the licensed kitchen to create produce that will go out into the markets, and then that money will come back to them. That's another.
That's a fantastic initiative. You're creating a social enterprise for the people of Yarrabah.
Yeah, we are. So at the moment, we've just started. As you can see here, we've got all this food here. We've actually grown in our community. It's all organic, and we're selling this produce today to raise money for the Yarrabah Garden Centre.
There's some pawpaw trees over there.
They are some pawpaw, yeah. We've got some spinach. We've got some taro. We're also having the community to come in and having workshops so that we can teach the community how to grow your own food, and then that way they can start doing that at home to create self-sufficiency. And also we're using the nursery as a place for community, so having women's circles come in, and not just from all ages, the little girls all the way to the elders, and the same with the men. Also having days of creativity where we can do some painting. The good thing about it is that we're also cooking fresh produce, so that they actually, we're getting the produce and cooking it, and they can actually have a taste and see what can be produced with what we're doing. At the moment we're looking for funding, so we're looking at grants. Maybe I can speak to you about that to get some advice. And some crowdfunding. We've been going to do some crowdfunding over at the German club there, and we've opposed to
really
a bit
good
of money. Yeah, so that's basically what we're up to and what we're doing. So with the program, we're also taking on people with disabilities. We've had a few guys come down with disabilities, and some of them are very shy. They are very quiet, and usually they just kind of sit. But they've been, washing pots and helping us plant seeds, and they've been eating our beautiful food. And so we're wanting to also incorporate people with disabilities.
I like the plants in the cans. It's so cool.
Grants, I'd certainly recommend you do the community gambling benefit fund. That's got about a 40% success rate.